Ooh. So today I'm going to be having a look at some old games that I've acquired recently. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to be having a look at is this Mario's Cement Factory Nintendo Game & Watch from 1983, and it's actually quite a nice little device. It's in my opinion, this is one of the more interesting Nintendo Game & Watches, because this is quite a unique game, and it's actually quite decent. So peak gameplay. Ooh. Well, that's enough of that. So the next thing I'm going to be looking at are some new Super Nintendo games I got. Move that cord out the way. First one is Miss Pac-Man. It is relatively decent. The next one is Super Battleship, which is kind of a shovelware game, I guess you could say, but it was $3 and I got it. The next one is Star Fox, which is an actual interesting game. The reason for that being is it's a Super FX game, and the Super FX chip was only used in like 6 or 7 games, I think, on the Super Nintendo. One of which was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And, yeah. The last one is the Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, and this one is by far the funniest, and also probably the worst, because it isn't really a game, it's an interactive cartoon, but I find it quite funny. So, jump cut to the television. So, yeah, here it is. It's Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures, and it isn't really a game. Sorry about the wobbly camera, and also the fact that it looks like crap. So basically, you don't actually control Pac-Man. You gotta tell him where to go. And then you can shoot him with stones. Look, you idiot. And in this game, he's a bit dumb. Let's be honest. So, oh no, and oh yeah, and then he's gonna trip on the rake, and that's gonna be like an insta-kill or something. Yeah. The rake is an insta-kill, but in this game, so ketchup is also an insta-kill. Like, and then, yeah, for whatever reason, ketchup is an insta-kill, which honestly doesn't make much sense. But in this we got to go out and get the milk. Cow is also an insta-kill, but yeah, we gotta go out and get the milk and then disappear, never to be found again. Yeah. Huh. Well, look. No. No, you're gonna get kicked by the cow. Look, the milk! You stupid idiot! Yeah, and then that's gonna, I think it's gonna knock down the milk or something. It did not. And to be honest, I completely forgot how to get past this. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop recording now. Yeah. Next thing. Alright, we're back on the floor. So, for this next thing, this is a Nintendo Game Boy game, Game & Watch Gallery, and, yeah, I quite like Game & Watch games because they're simple, but they're fun, and I think I already said that, but, yeah, so, it's time for some Game & Watch Gallery gameplay. Oh, that doesn't look very good. I think I might have to switch to a non-backlit Game Boy. Back with the non-backlit Game Boy. This is the Game Boy Pocket. So, yeah, this is actually the Game Boy this was meant to be played on because this game was released in 1997. The Game Boy Pocket was released in 1996, so in 1997 this thing was like pretty much new. So, let's play a game of Fire. Modern Fire is quite weird. This music is funny. By which I mean odd, not ha-ha funny. Oh, look, a fat man. The fatter people, they have shorter bounces. Let's just drop that on the ground. It's not our problem. This could go on forever. In theory, this could go on forever. But it's not going to because I'm about to stop recording because it's time for the next thing. So, the next thing I'm going to show you, yeah, I got a Nintendo GameCube. Here's the controller as proof. Yeah, I also got some GameCube games, like Mario Kart Double Dash, which I'm about to show you. Mario Kart Double Dash is, one of the more interesting Mario Kart games. Let me just turn the volume down a bit. Mario Kart Double Dash is one of the more interesting Mario Kart games because, obviously, because of the Double Dash mechanic where you can literally have two players playing at once, two human players. Like you see, you can, the two-player mode, you can have like player 1 and player 2 like both driving the same cart, one actually driving the cart and one for the items. And then if you're like playing single player, then you just have like two players, and yeah, they're both controlling the item. They can both control the items and stuff. Like you can switch with the Z button, and you can have different character combinations. like this one, or this one, or this one, and each character has a special item, or rather each like pair of characters have a special item. So Mario and Luigi have fireballs, Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong have like bananas, Toad and Toadette have like, well, Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong have very large bananas, Toad and Toadette have the golden mushroom, Bowser and Bowser Jr. have like this big Bowser shell, etc. And yeah, it's actually quite interesting. It's like, yeah, it's quite interesting. So now, I am going, one moment please. Sorry, I had to pause recording there. My camera was about to run out of battery because the battery in that thing is very old and it doesn't work very well. I need to get a new battery, but yeah, this is one of the more interesting Mario Kart games, and it's like not just interesting. It's one of the. It's really good. It's like really good, especially because the track selection. Some of these tracks are like really good tracks, and some of them are actually, a lot of them have never been remade. Like I think GCN Bowser's Castle, or just Bowser's Castle in this game. I don't think it's been remade yet in any other Mario Kart game. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been remade in Mario Kart Tour, but that doesn't really count since it's a mobile game. And yeah. Yeah, another one like Wario Colosseum has not been remade, period. It hasn't even been remade in Mario Kart Tour. And I don't think Mushroom City has either. I don't think Rainbow Road in this game has, like, there are just a lot of tracks that haven't been remade. So this is really, like, a treasure trove of, like, good track selection that you can't find anywhere else. Because, yeah. I really like Mushroom Bridge and Mushroom City because they're just quite good tracks. I quite like the element of like the traffic and stuff, and like yeah. I performed very poorly. I'm a failure. Time for the next one. Yay! Alright, so this next game, yeah, we have not moved anywhere because I have gotten some other games that are not GameCube games. They are instead Wii games like Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, and Chicken Blaster, which is basically just like a shoot-'em-up game, and for whatever reason it's rated teen, probably because you shoot chickens with machine guns, which I quite like the idea of. So, disc going in. I think I need the nunchuck for this. Where'd the nunchuck go? Alright. That is interesting. I haven't played this game yet because I've had no reason to play this game yet because I've been kind of soaking up the good games. Like I got Mario Kart Double Dash, Super Mario Sunshine, a bunch of other ones, and yeah. This one uses the Wii gun, which I don't have. So instead I'm just gonna hold the Wii remote like this, which is basically how the Wii gun was configured. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at this. I don't know the controls. Single player. That frame rate. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but it looks really choppy in real life. I think it might be like 20 or 30 FPS, which normally I think Wii games run at a higher frame rate than that. But player. Wait, what? Can I? Let's do. Yeah. Put in my name. So now, how do I turn? So, career. Yeah, I have a career shooting chickens. That's quite funny. How about survival? Wait, we haven't got any levels, so I think we need to do career first. Yeah. Gotta wait for it to load. Shoot the chickens that have gone mad! Bang! Shoot that one. Wow, this is so realistic, guys. No ammo. This is kind of like Duck Hunt, but like better graphics, but still, it's like, it's actually worse than Duck Hunt. I'd rather be playing Duck Hunt on the NES than this. How do I reload? I press like Z. Uh-oh. I got eggs on my face. Who keeps hitting me with eggs? Stop it! The chickens are fighting back! Wait, what? Oh, I can... Bang! Ha! Oh, I can shoot the eggs. What are those noises? It's like chickens, but like slightly, I don't know, slightly, they've gone mad. Yeah, chickens, but mentally unwell. Alright. Oh, I can progress. I just realized that. Wait, the eggs lower your health? How does that work? They're just eggs. Unless they're frozen, in which case that would hurt, like, that would hurt a decent amount. But, oi! Oh no, an air raid. Wait, can I switch weapon? I cannot. Bang. 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 This is such an amazing game. Ah! What's that? Hooray! Oh no. Chicken blaster. I'm blasting chickens off the face of the earth. Oh no. So, yeah. As you can see, this isn't a very, how do I put it? It's not very well made. It's not a very good game. Yeah. So, even by the Wii's standards, there were a lot of shovelware games for the Wii, and some of which were actually pretty bad. But, yeah. I guess that's enough of that. So, next thing. Here's another thing that I got recently. It's not really video game related, but it does run on electricity, and it is quite interesting. This is this really weird classroom cassette player that's also a PA system that I found at like a thrift shop. So yeah, it plays cassettes. It's a PA system. What more could you want? So now it's time for a quick demonstration. Plug it in. Now we plug in this lovely microphone. Yeah, and if we turn it up too loud, it creates feedback, just like a real microphone. And yeah, I'm guessing this is supposed to be used for like probably in like a gym or something, like gym class where like they're playing music for the children to do the things, for the children to like play games and stuff too. And there's also like the fitness tests also use these. Like sometimes there'd be like fitness testing tapes, and like this would be the thing playing it. So 90s children, if you ever wondered what was playing your fitness test thing in gym class, it was probably one of these or something like it. So yeah, I've got a cassette tape here. This is the Funty Mix. The Funty Mix. One moment, please. Let me turn off the PA. Yes. It's full of music. It's full of music. Particularly music that I listen to. So stuff like jazz, swing, big band, stuff like that. Yeah, because I quite like that music, and it's better than modern pop. Yeah, so I guess that's it for this thing. So yeah, next thing, which is probably gonna be the last thing, but next thing. And yeah, for whatever reason, I have another one of these. It's not the exact same thing. It's something similar, though. It's called the Schoolmate. You can see it written there in lovely Comic Sans. It comes in a case, which I don't have. It's upstairs, and it's quite a lovely piece of machinery. It is a classroom cassette player. Move out the way. It is a classroom cassette player and CD player. So we can play cassettes and CDs, but the CD player does not work, so we took it out. Oh, that was not a good sound coming from the Schoolmate. Nah, it's fine, it's fine. So yeah, now this is basically just a useless opening right here, which if I did want to put another CD player in it, I could, but I don't want to put another CD player in it because it's the Schoolmate. And yeah, it plays cassettes, CDs, and it also has a built-in radio, so you can listen to the radio. Obviously, I'm not gonna tune into anything because more than likely it's got content-matched music or something like that, which isn't good if it's in a YouTube video. So yeah. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to the next thing. So for this next thing, which is the last thing, I'm going to show you Star Fox and why it is an interesting game. Just by looking at it, you can see that that is indeed 3D. Actually, you can't really see it because the relatively new cameras and old televisions don't really mix that well. So, yeah, this is an interesting game. This is an interesting game, and I'm just gonna show you it real quick. So, yeah. Push start. Yeah. Training, and right away, like, yeah, it's 3D. It's 3D, and it's... Oh, no. New. It's 3D, and it's like a lot. Whereas a lot of the kind of pseudo 3D SNES games used a thing called Mode 7, where it basically simulate 3D. But this is like almost real 3D. And as you can see, it is very like it is. The Super Nintendo needs the Super FX chip for this, because otherwise it wouldn't be able to run, because the Super Nintendo is not optimized for stuff like this, because this is just like, this just requires too much power, which is why it has the Super FX chip. And if it didn't have the Super FX chip, I wouldn't be able to play it. And even with the Super FX chip, the frame rate is still quite choppy, and it's like the graphics are not that good, like even with the Super FX chip. And yeah, while I say it's 3D, it isn't really 3D. It isn't really 3D, like the N64 was, but it is pretty close to it. It is pretty close to it. Bang. As you can see, I'm not very good at this game, because I'm just not good at it, because I'm not really good at these kind of games. I'm better at, like, platformers and stuff, but, yeah. Well, I guess that's it. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.